Strengths and weaknesses of truth are here are some examples, but then let's elaborate on the examples. Is this a truth? Is this truth?
But you can't. But we can't nail down any examples simply because everything is relative. So therefore, it has a counterexample.
Even right now, we are trying to define truth with what? Clearly, obviously not more paradoxes. We're trying to define it with truth because that's what a definition is, saying what it is.
But you
According
can't
to
use
Descartes,
itself.
is true.
But you can't use itself in a definition.
So you can't define truth because to define anything, you need something that proves it true.
Yes. So therefore,
you
we
can't
can
define truth because then you would be using the concept
of
in
truth
the definition
to do so. So therefore, what can we infer? Does that make truth a lie? Because it's not. It's insubstantial. It's not. It does not have. It has not in itself been proved valid enough to be truth.
Because the thing is that even though we aren't defining what truths are any of these truths true, we can't tell because one, they're relative. Two, you'd ask, does truth guide people?
You are so opinionated. It is very interesting listening to you. One is trying to outthink the other.
And we're both trying to outthink Mrs. Max.
Exactly.
That's what this is.
She might hate that song.
Well, because she expects us to.
Of course. So.
Truthfully?
Thank you for that. I think.
I wonder if I can just skip Mr. Brown's class.
Truthfully, does the book say something or does it read something? What does the book say? Does the book talk? Is that the truth?
Well, when you're.
Books don't talk. You read them. So.
No, but when you read, you hear it in your mind.
The book doesn't read anything either. So what's the truth?
Exactly.
So truth in of itself is not only undefinable but paradoxical.
So that's right about that. We can use these examples to further, not to define truth as blah blah blah, but to say the strengths and weaknesses of truth are relative because truth. Oh, and there are people who have.
You know, we should actually do this at some point. Sit down and
That's why I
co-author
said-
something on truth.
That's why I said I wanted like a classroom. Just close the door and just think about it. I swear I would think about more geometry and biology than I do in this whole class. And I'm getting credit for these things. The strengths and the weaknesses.
But bring it back to the strengths and weaknesses directly. If truth is undefinable and paradoxical, how do we classify those characteristics of truth?
So the one truth of truth is as undefinable and paradoxical. And so in doing so, we get the question, then why is everything we do focused on truth? Why do we even have a judicial system?
I'm just saying we just prove our own theory because if you say truth is insubstantial, undefinable, and paradoxical, we just defined it. So we got rid of the first part, but then, seeing as you can't use truth for it, we proved the second part that it is paradoxical.
Exactly. So that's the only truth, except it's not true. Which, like I said, it takes a contradiction. That's what I found. Which in itself is a truth. I wasn't even comparing it at the time when I came up with that to truth, but in itself, one that is a truth. And true, it is the only truth that truth can give you. So the strengths and weaknesses of truth are relative because truth, capital T, is.
Can we say it's undefinable?
Yeah.
Or can we just say it's paradoxical? Because by saying that it's paradoxical, are we giving it a definition or are we just applying a characteristic to it?
Well, how I'd see is that if we say it's undefinable, yet we have just given it a definition, then it's one contradiction. But if we don't call it undefinable, so one way we have a double negative, which makes it positive. The other way we have a double positive, which makes it negative. Either way, they're equal. I think we should put it in.
All right, go ahead.
Truth is
Undefinable. And we should actually get together and write this together.
We should.
like this paper. That's why I'm like,
I know.
this is.
I wonder if she'll like tell us we plagiarize, like if we both do the same thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna dampen myself down for the sake of plagiarism here.
Yeah.
We should write that. We should write that on both our papers. We should write like by contact with Jordan Taylor, assistant by Jordan Taylor, with contact assistant.
We should.
Well, there's our good.
That's our basis.
I think that's our topic sentence.
The strengths and weaknesses of truth are relative because truth itself is undefinable and paradoxical.
And then we can use things like this to explain it. We can even talk about, like, after that we can say, like, you know, in doing so we have just given it a definition, but in doing so we have just created a paradoxal, proving that what we say to be true, which cannot be.
And then from there we can go on to elaborate on the answers and questions scenario, perhaps, saying how this is effectively answer for truth if you equate it to a definition, but seeing as it cannot exist in and of itself, it does create more questions about the nature of truth.
It's true. It's like even in mathematics with like the postulates that they give you that they say are true no matter what, like
that they're accepted as
vertical angle theorem, like that always equals that. But that's relative to it being in a three-dimensional, actually what we perceive to be three-dimensional universe. If we could see everything in the true 11 dimensions, would that be true? If we were in a universe with 4 dimensions that we could view, except there were 47 that there actually were.
Yeah.
What if you were in a universe where there were 8 dimensions you could see it, but there were only 2 actually there?
We should probably get away from that, because we're gonna spend a whole lot of time on that, and I feel like that wanders a little bit from the whole
but this
truth
gives
thing.
us 2 paragraphs. This will be so easy. Because the first paragraph can be all about right there. Just talking about that itself, because that is a huge thing. The one truth you can get is that truth is undefinable. But truth itself is a definition, because definitions are something that you say to make it true. What is a fact? Well, a fact is something that is true.
But so therefore, could you argue that that this can be applied to use truth to define everything, and that truth is insubstantial? You can argue that everything is insubstantial, seeing that it is based off of something else insubstantial.
Like what I said earlier, how truth is a good foundation. Clearly, we base things on things that everything we have is based on the truth that we have established. But what we've just proven is that those truths are not actually true. So then everything is false, and we have gotten nowhere since the Big Bang. And look at that, we just said that is true, but that can't be true.
So does that mean that every statement is therefore susceptible to that analysis?
I think it is, because that is true. It is true that everything is not true, but then if everything is not true, then...
Or could you therefore say that everything is true because everything, by law of averages and infinity, everything will sooner or later have a relative point of view which will be true?
It's like you say, if everything can be attacked with this equation of what is truth even there, then technically, if nothing is true, then there is no truth at all. So then truth does not exist. But then in saying that truth does not exist, because you've just proven it, you've just said that it is true. Even saying the equation that we use, like, there is no truth, so truth itself does not exist. That's a mathematical equation, which we've proven earlier, mathematical equations are not true.
Exactly. So, if everything based on is not true,
because I think it's all a bunch of happy BS. Hokey pokey.
So actually, Colin, remind me oh no, I'll call you. Yes, I have your cell number. So look out, cause I think we should actually...
I think when you establish the thought with two people present. You can't like then elaborate on it for us.
So what time is good for you for me to come on this way? That way I can give you a call and we can do this.
Anytime, really.
Yeah?
Because I just kind of sit around and I don't have any other time.
Yeah. Unless we have homework for Brown, this is my only homework, so I have all day to work on it as well.
Which we don't. We have a quiz tomorrow, but he said it's not even a higher order thinking quiz. It's on.
It's general knowledge.
Questions from Africa.
All right, so I'll call you later today.
Yeah. Sure. It makes it great.
Oh my God. Logan.
Yes.
The assignment for Banks, me and Colin just spent a half hour arguing about it. In fact, what we've decided is because our ideas were so fluid and perfect together, we're writing the paper together over the phone tonight.
Can you get a third line in there so I can listen in?
You're turning in the exact same papers.
Not necessarily the exact same papers, but the same principles and ideas. Oh my God, I plan on recording the entire conversation to play at a later date.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
seriously, can you get like a third line in there somehow?
I'll show you the recording at some point if you want, because I'm not sure how we could do that. Because it is.
Or like record it and then as soon as you two are finished with the conversation, play it for me
Sure.
over the phone so that I can hear it.
Sure.
You can just do it on the internet.
Can't you connect three phone lines?
I don't know how. I don't really feel like working through it. I'm sorry.
I could use my
What's it
dad.
called?
I could use my dad's phone.
Take.
He would let me.
Oh my. You have Banksy, right? You have Banksy, right? Do you know what that assignment for her is about? Good God. It says page 1. Okay, first off, there is no page 1 in that book. There's no page 1 in the philosophy book. But what you have to do is find the first numbered page and count backwards until you find page 1. Mark it out right now. Oh my God. Okay, you end up coming to a blank page that has one word on it. And you have to write your essay about that one word and the strengths and weaknesses of it. I was telling them, we just spent a half hour, Colin and I, arguing about that one word and the concept behind it.
What's the one word?
Truth.
Oh my God.
It's the chapter title.
That can't be page 1. What about that introduction page?
No, that's page 3. That's page 3. I'm dead serious. It's page 3.
That is no.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. We took the book to Banksy and we showed it to her. We were like, there is no page 1. She was like, there's page 3. Count back.
Holy crap. We gotta write about the strengths and weaknesses of soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
There are people that spend their entire lives writing about this, and we have to do it in 2 paragraphs. Yes.
Okay, true. That's the page, not the introduction. Page 3, page
Yes.
1.
Page 1 is true.
No poem to read.
Yeah, but have fun with that. The strengths and weaknesses of truth.
Well, it can
Considering it's
hurt
an
you if you know the truth. The truth can build up relationships. You gotta think from all angles, too. I know, but she's not gonna like that.
No. I was like, me and Colin just spent over a half hour arguing about it. The concepts of it, literally,
It's endless.
yes, actually. Oh,
So how are we
God.
supposed to sum that up in 2 paragraphs?
Exactly, that's what I was talking about. There are people who spend multiple lifetimes who will hand it to their children to do, and we have to do this in 2
Yeah,
paragraphs.
philosopher. We're not philosophers. He haven't said the word. Okay.
Oh my God. What?
When you asked her about that, did she seriously say there's a numbered page, count
Back?
backward from that?
Yes.
She seriously said that?
She was like, what page do you guys think it is? And Colin was like, well, here's page 3, so we kind of counted back, but that's not it, right? She was like, there's a numbered page, count backwards. I wish I had the book to show it to
Do you think she numbered literally?
you. Yes, she meant that quite literally. Because when...
What's 2 plus 2?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Who said that?
The sound of music. Alright, it's probably time for me to turn off my